What is up, Black World? You're here with your boy Chris, and today we're going to be talking about something near and dear to my heart: productivity. Now, if you're the slightest bit interested in increasing your productivity for the new year, please stay tuned. I'm going to give you my top 5 tips that help me become more productive over the years, things that I use every day. Now, this list isn't all encompassing. There's things that will help you that I've left off this list, but these are some of the greatest things that help me. Stay tuned to the very end, and I'm going to give you a book recommendation as well as an application that I've been using for the past 3 or 4 years that has helped me become more productive. Also, be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow together. Without further ado, let's get into it. Tip number 1, work on your sleep hygiene. Some people need less sleep, some people need more sleep, but you need to make sure that you're getting the right kind of sleep. It's very important. I label sleep and diet as one of the foundations, or 2 of the foundations, that everything else is built upon. Sleep needs to fall high on your priority list. One thing that I do to help me get better sleep is to start setting a do not disturb. Start setting a do not disturb on my iOS devices. This keeps me from getting random calls in the middle of the night from people who are trying to sell me insurance or wondering about my car's warranty. If you are having trouble sleeping like I used to have, try reducing your caffeine intake. Like, don't drink coffee after 12 if you can help it. Don't use the phone right before going to bed. I find that reading 30 minutes before bed or reading in the evening helps me get a lot more tired and ready for bed. By getting more sleep, you're gonna wake up well rested. Your mental health is gonna improve. You'll be better able to face the day, and you'll get more done. All right, number 2, write your goals down for the day. One thing that I like to do is either at night or sometimes in the morning, I like to jot down 3 goals that I would like to accomplish in a day. I usually segregate these goals into like professional goals and personal goals, with the professional goals being things that, for school, if I want to do these 3 assignments, or my home goals would be to clean the house, or spend time with my children, or spend an hour unplugged from whatever device I'm using or the internet. Now, these goals, while you want to do your best to achieve them, they're not meant for you to feel bad and if you don't achieve them. And I try to only keep them at 3. Sometimes you'll find yourself only able to do 1 or 2, but keeping a record of goals that you want to write down is like a game plan for the day. And I find that doing that helps me focus a lot better, and over time you end up accomplishing a lot more than you would if you just let things kind of pop up in your day. Keeping things down to just 3 will actually allow things to pop up in your day, which you can focus on too if you would like to. All right, number 3, limit your time on disruptive technology. Now, this is a big one, and it's easier said than done. See my 90-day or see my social media relapse video that I'm gonna post up here. But disruptive technology is the bane of our generation. And what I mean by that, technology is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it helps us become more productive. We have the power of the internet at our fingertips. On the other hand, you can get trapped into a rabbit hole and get tossed around by these algorithms, and the next thing you know, you spent an hour and a half watching motorcycle videos. I don't know who did that, but you spent an hour and a half watching something that you didn't intend to do. Limiting your time on disruptive tech will help you have a clear mind, and you'll be more productive because you'll start to notice that you have a lot more time on your hands to create more YouTube videos, or to work on that side business, or to learn the stock market. A note that I have on this is, don't try to force yourself from all the disruptive tech you've been using at one time. 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna work. Trust me, I know. I've quit everything cold turkey, and while it might work out for a minute, what'll happen is you'll end up coming back to one thing and slowly start binging. So what you should do is try to limit your time, or be cognizant of the time that you're spending on disruptive technology, whether that be Netflix, whether that be social media, it could be Reddit, it could be whatever you like to choose to fill your time with, mindlessly running the internet. Set a timer for those things, or maybe have a certain time in the day, or use those things as a reward. I like to use Apple Screen Time because it helps me become more accountable of where I'm putting my time at on my phone and my iOS devices. And then after I get to my certain limit, it'll come up with a block. Even though sometimes I do bypass that, that little 15-minute reminder is really helpful in keeping me accountable in how I spend my disruptive technology time. Quitting disruptive technology will help you feel better mentally as well. Not looking at Instagram and comparing yourself to others all day, or on YouTube or on Reddit, and being able to more focus on your goals will help you feel better about yourself. You will also become more mindful, which is really great because you'll pay attention to what's right in front of you. You'll be exposed to less advertisements, and you'll also be exposed to less pop culture trends, unless that's what you're looking for. I don't know about you, but I kind of bypass the whole planking thing. And lastly, you'll begin to long for genuine connections. I noticed that when I stopped using social media as much, I wanted to reach out to see what my friends are doing because I wasn't just keeping up with their lives on social media. And I also wanted to engage in telephone conversations, or if I had the time to meet people in person. All right, number 4, waking up early. Early is kind of subjective. What might be early for me might not be early for you. But what I mean by waking up early is waking up with enough time to plan your day if you decide to do it in the morning, and to really get ahead of what you have coming for the day. Whether you like to exercise, meditate, plan your diet, whatever you want to do, get ahead of waking up the kids. You should be waking up with enough time so you can act upon your day and not have your day act upon you. Now, waking up early, if you're not used to it, can be hard at first, but I suggest trying maybe 15, 30 minutes to an hour before you're supposed to get up, and then you can scale back from then. In order for waking up early to work, you have to go to sleep early. I wouldn't recommend waking up earlier and still keeping your same late bedtime, because now you're ruining your sleep hygiene. You're not getting enough sleep. So you have to curtail your sleep habits accordingly for you to wake up early. Now, this is a caveat for my night owls. I have some people that are way more productive at night than they are in the morning, which is great. Waking up in the morning, I make that one of my recommendations because society operates on a 9-to-5 schedule, sometimes before then. You may be able to get a lot done during the evening, but there are some things you're not going to be able to do during the evening, right? But if you're more productive in the evening, then be productive in the evening. This is my night owls can get it too. Pick a time, whether it be in the evening or in the morning, to know that, hey, this is my productive time. This is my time for me. Whether I want to work on a class or work on building myself up physically, mentally, or emotionally. That time can be in the morning or in the evening, but for me, waking up early has had the most dramatic effect on my productivity. This is my last tip, number 5. Create a system around your productivity. Saying you want to be productive and writing down things is nice, but you should have a system that helps you be more productive. And that rolls over into this book recommendation and the application that I'm going to recommend you guys. So first, let's start with the book. Getting Things Done by David Allen. I read this book twice, and I've also listened to it. I have it on audiobook. This book has been the single most impactful book in terms of me getting things done and being productive. Now, it says the art of stress-free productivity, and stress-free productivity is kind of misleading because as you become more productive, you'll notice that more things appear in your schedule. It's just, that's how things work. As you get more things done, you'll notice you'll have more things to do. What I think he means by that is like not having things run up on you, not having deadlines creep up on you. Through this, by using this system, I have never turned in a late assignment during my undergrad career, and it's helped me gain a 3.7 GPA. Let's talk about the system and the application that supports David Allen's book. The application is called OmniFocus. What I like about OmniFocus is that it captures ideas as they come to my mind in real time. So have you ever been laying in bed and just an idea popped in your head like, oh, I need to do this, but you can't act on that idea because it's 10 o'clock at night? OmniFocus is created to alleviate that. When you have an idea that pops into your head at 11 o'clock at night, you can quickly put it into your system. It's like a digital inbox, right? And all these ideas, things that you have to do get thrown into this inbox, and you can process those things later. You can turn them into projects that you want to do later, or simple to-do lists that you can knock off whenever you are able to. Another thing I like about OmniFocus is that it's easily scalable. You can adapt it to school, you can adapt it to work, you can adapt it if you're a housewife, or you stay-at-home parent. You can adapt it to whatever walk of life that you're in. Another thing is that OmniFocus allows you to review your projects. So every week I'll get a reminder, hey, it's time to review your projects. And when I go into this review in the application, sometimes projects pop up that I'm not currently interested in working on anymore at all. I can drop those projects, or sometimes things will pop up that I'm like, oh, I forgot all about that. So not only creating a to-do list, but having a set time to review that to-do list to see if those things are still important is extremely important to your overall productivity. Another cool thing that I like about OmniFocus is that there are YouTube videos that teach you how to use the system. The system is built off this book. So once you read this book, if you like his system, David Allen's system, you can go ahead and look at OmniFocus and see if that's going to be the right system for you. You can test it. You can look at the system through YouTube, and it gives you like a bird's eye view of some of the features that you want to use. Now, there are some things that I don't like about the application. OmniFocus is only available for Mac and iOS, which for some of my Windows and Android users might be a little difficult. You might have to find a different system to use that kind of fits into your overall productivity system. But OmniFocus is only for Mac and only for iOS. Also, OmniFocus is pretty expensive. I think I spent a good amount of money, like $200 on this system. Now, I bought the system years ago, and to me, the system has paid for itself time and time again with the amount I was able to achieve. Now, while the book David Allen Getting Things Done supports OmniFocus, the David Allen's Getting Things Done system can also be achieved with just a simple file system and notebook. So there you have it. These have been my top 5 things to help make you more productive. Now, if you've stuck with me thus far, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you watching my videos. I also have another video that I'm going to put a link to that talks about my top 5 productivity books in general. And you can go check that one out if you want. As always, please like and subscribe so we can grow together. Peace.